Hi guys, it's Vizais here and I'm going to make a tier list for mid lane mains. This tier list is supposed to show you what are the best champions to improve, what are the best champions to climb, what are the best champions that can move you to high elo. So what I'm gonna give it to you, I'm gonna give you a tier list for every single rank. Every single rank, every single elo can use it. Are you bronze, are you silver, I don't care, are you challenger, I'm gonna give you a tier list that is gonna work for you, and I'm going to make some suggestion on the tier list based on my experience, 8 years as a player. I hit challenger in season 9, and in addition of that I coached hundreds of players. I played around 1 year and a half on mid lane against high low pro player. The tier list is gonna be right here, right now. So what I want to tell you is that the images or the tier list really is not that important, so don't get fooled that I put some champions in S tier. Try to think about and try to hear what I say about the champion, because maybe some of the champions I'm gonna rate them based on challenger elo, but on the others I'm gonna rate them on bronze elo. So if you want to, let's say, find out if your champion is good in the meta or not, then try to not just look at the tier list but also try to hear what I say about the champion. So let's get started. Ari, is she good, is she bad? Well, at the moment she's sitting on around 49% win rate. They're saying B tier. The thing is, if you're playing in bronze or silver, Ari is probably not your champion. If you're playing in bronze or silver, even low gold, Ari is not your champion. If you wanna main her, then she can move to the B tier if you're until gold 1. Because if you're this rank, this clearly means that you have lack of fundamentals and probably your wave management is not good, your fundamentals are not good. So this means that if you are, let's say, platinum 1 plus, she's probably B plus tier. If you are below platinum, I would say she's B minus. So I would keep her into the B tier. I would say she's a good champion if you want to main her really hard and you want to just play only this champion, only Ari. She's gonna help you to learn the fundamentals. Do I really recommend her if you're bronze or silver? Not really. Do I really recommend her if you're diamond? Yes, I do. If you like her and if you can put a lot of games into her. For diamond, I do recommend Ari as a good pick. Akali, ooh, this is a very niche champion. So we have to think about it. If you're talking about bronze, silver, she's definitely really fucking garbage. Pardon my language. She is garbage. Akali is requiring a set of skills that not many people have. If you're diamond, sure, you can play her mid lane, and I would say she's A tier, maybe even A plus. The better you are on her, the better she becomes. Even in higher elo, I would say she's definitely S minus. If you're extremely good on her, I would say it's kind of the comparison like Ezreal. If you're as a really good Ezreal, then you can move it into S tier. If you're fucking bad on Ezreal, then it's a C tier. So this is kind of the champion that kind of requires you to be really good at the game. Can you invest 500 games to learn her? Do you already know the fundamentals and are you diamond plus? Then yes, she's a main that you can actually play. If you're bronze or silver, she's fun. That's what I can say. She's probably not your best champion. It's probably not a best bet if you want to learn the game. So I would say that in challenger, again, depending on how much you play, how proficient you are on the champion, she can be S minus tier in my opinion. But for lower elos, I would say she's C plus or even like B minus tier. I would put it right here on B, kind of in the middle, but you guys got the concept.
Hey, Vizais here. If you're looking to reach your desired rank on League of Legends, you have come to the right place. I have helped 2,500 of players reaching their desired rank from bronze all the way up to master players in all roles. Here is a glimpse of what I can do. Support main silver to platinum. AD carry main in diamond elo after 1 coaching. This is how gold AD carry's match history looks after my coaching. Silver AD carry main after getting coaching by me. Jungle main getting from bronze to gold after getting coaching by me. Mid lane main getting from platinum 4 to diamond 4 instantly after my coaching. Top lane main match history after getting coaching by me. So what are you waiting for? 1v9 your games and climb up the ranks now.
Anivia. Anivia, she's a pretty good champion. She has a good wave clear, decent in the meta. If we actually check the win rate right here, Anivia is having 53% of 53% win rate. This is actually huge. So Anivia is actually a good champion. If you're platinum 4 plus, especially no, actually if you're platinum 3 plus, if you're higher than platinum 3, this means usually that you're having some fundamentals down, and this is good. So usually if you have some fundamentals down, this champion can be fucking OP for solo queue. And also for competitive, if she's picked in a good environment, then she doesn't get outranged, then she's definitely able to do a lot of stuff inside of the game. Obviously, if you play Veigar, Caitlyn, whatever, into her Azir, Zerat, high long range compositions, she's not that good. I would say if you're bronze, silver, gold, don't play her unless you really want to main her, in which case it's worth it if you like her. If you're more than platinum 3, then definitely she can be a good champion to have in your pool, because she has wave clear, she has a safe laning phase, and she's a wonderful chip champ in the solo queue department, also decent in competitive. So if you can play her well, and you know the walls, and you play like 150-200 games on her, she can move to the S- tier. In lower elos, she's probably B+ tier, same thing depending on how many games you have on her. So I wouldn't say she's the best pick, but I would keep her in A tier because she's not a bad champ. Annie, the queen of the mid lane. So this fucking champion, if you play in bronze, silver, gold, she's very good at learning the game. Yes, she can help you to carry the game. Yes, she has a huge amount of damage. Yes, she can learn, like she can help you to improve your fundamentals and grasp the concept. Not only that she can help you to carry the games, but she can also help you to improve the game really hard. If you play Yuumi, think about it, guys. If you play Yuumi and you get platinum, let's say, Yuumi is a champion that is gonna give you elo, rank, it's gonna give you LP, but she's not gonna teach you anything. You're gonna be a really bad player. Annie is the basically the card that you wanna take. She's basically the best champion that you can take, that she can move you to higher elo. She can help you to climb. She helped me to climb basically till platinum. I played Annie a lot, like 10 years ago, and she helped me so much to learn the game, and she was a very good pick. So if you're in Challenger, probably I would say she's B+ tier, because she's getting out ranges. People in Challenger know how to punish you. She has a lot of bad matchups right now in this meta. So definitely a B+ or B really. If you're in bronze, silver, gold, she's probably S or even S+ tier. So she's definitely very, very good champ. Akshan as a champion, he's a very niche champion. I would say that players that only play Akshan are very good on Akshan. I wouldn't recommend him below platinum. And well, I think he's okay below platinum. I don't think he's better than any. So if you want to main a champion and you're below platinum, if you want to main him really hard and play a lot of games on him, I think he can be fine as a main champion. Overall, usually when I coach mid lane players, I do recommend them to just play some mages on mid lane. I don't like to create this difference between the players. Like when you play AD carry, I will tell you to play an AD carry. Don't play Seraphim if you want to learn AD carry. So then this is what I say, the same thing. If you want to learn mid lane, don't play Tristana, don't play Lucian mid lane, not even Akshan. I don't like it. It's just me. Maybe it's just me. But from my experience with players from bronze to challenger, my experience that I coached people, most of the players improved harder if they played mages. So I would say that if you want a main that can be fine for carrying, Akshan can be good. If you want to learn the game, he can be tricky. I think you're going to learn the fundamentals much easier if you play something else like a mage. The next champion is going to be Azir, a very niche pick. So for challenger, he's a decent champion if he can be piloted by a very good player. I would say that she's definitely maybe A- tier in solo queue. Even if piloted decently, I think Azir for solo queue is probably a bad champion. Even if Faker, we can actually check right now hide on Bash, where you can see where Faker is standing with his pick with Azir. I really want to see, because he is usually playing Azir a lot, and last season he actually tried to play Azir over and over again. So then I want to see, yes, he has 52% win rate. So even Faker that is proficient, he has a pretty low win rate on him. I don't recommend Azir for players that are below diamond. I do not recommend Azir if you can't put into the effort to play him. I do not recommend you Azir if you want to win hard in solo queue. I recommend you Azir if you like champions that have high mechanical output into their kit, and you really want to learn him, and you play only Azir. Akali, Azir, Vayne, Draven, those are not champions to incorporate in your pool. Those are champions to only play them in your pool. Only play Azir, do not play something else. If you can't do that, then he's probably not a good champion for you. And for SoloQ, I would say he's A- for super high elo. For competitive, he can also go to S tier, or maybe A+, not even S tier, but A+ in competitive challenger, because he has a decent setup, and you can first pick it. He doesn't have bad matchups. It's also good in 2v2, has pretty good skirmishes, like many advantages really why this champion is good. So I would say that yes, in competitive he's better. If you're bronze, silver, gold, he's really shit. And if you're like higher elo, he's A+. Brandinovic for super low elo players, I recommend him a lot. So I would say that he's S tier. He's a very underrated champion, and many people actually don't like him. But the thing is, he has a lot of damage. He's good from behind. You can be 0-10 as long as you have this key on the keyboard right here. I'm showing you right now. It's R. If you have R, you're gonna be okay, right? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna do damage. Demonic, Rylai's, very cheap items. Very consistent. Liandry's as well, very good items. So Brand is a champion that you can play to carry, to learn the game. He's easy, he's a mage, he doesn't have complex shits. You can also learn skill shots with him. Yes, you need a bit of games because the W and the Q they're not easy for a new player, but he is worth playing it. So what do I mean by that? If you're lower elo, below than plat, below than gold, well, if you're between gold 4 and gold 1, I recommend it. If you're more than gold 1, I don't recommend it that much. And if you're more than diamond, I don't recommend it. So I think for players that are basically till gold, I think he's an S tier. Of course, in challenger, he's probably B- or C tier. But I would just put him right here on S tier, just because he looks cool. Low elo Tierlist, Renekton, Wermo, check. No, it's not low elo. It's every. I'm talking about every rank. Every rank. Cassiopeia, she's good. If you're challenger, she's very good. I wanna also check out the win rate. She's probably really good. So yes, she's super good. If you're challenger, she's A+. She can also go to S in some ending compositions. If you're challenger, you're playing in master tier, she's a very good champion if the enemy team comes into you and you have a matchup that you can control. She's always good if the enemy team composition try to runs into you. Let's say they have a Kali, they have then Lucian on AD carry, then they have top lane, I don't know, anything that goes in really. Maybe a tank like Ornn. Cassiopeia is amazing. In lower elos, I would say that she's probably C tier or maybe B tier. Like I wouldn't really recommend it at all. Cassiopeia in low elo, she's probably bad. Like below gold 1, she's really bad. Well, below silver, she's really bad. Below gold 1, she's bad. And after Platinum 2, she starts to be better and better. The higher elo you are, the better. So I'm gonna just put it at A. Again, Tierlist doesn't really matter. The list doesn't really matter. You have to listen to what I say so you can actually see if the champion is good for you or not. This is basically how you like to view it. But where you do put Renekton mid? God like tier? No. So Renekton mid lane. Renekton mid lane, because my friend Betsa asked me. So Renekton mid lane, usually if you're challenger elo, he can be A tier if you pick in a righty composition, like let's say you have Elise or you have Jarvan and Zao, stuff like that. You have a good setup and you really want to snowball. Let's say enemy team has a Twisted Fate mid lane, or enemy team has I don't know, Orianna or something that you can really punish, not Syndra, not something that can run. So if that's the case, if they have like Katarina, if they have something that Renekton can stomp and you have a good jungle matchup, Renekton can be even, I feel like in my opinion, he can be A tier, A+ tier maybe on mid lane. He can be really good. Again, I'm talking in challenger where people know a lot about the drafts, and he can function very well in a good draft. If you are playing in platinum, gold, it depends. Are you a main Renekton? If you're a main Renekton, I think he's A-. If you're not a main Renekton on mid lane, I think he's B tier. So it depends. For very low elo players, I do not recommend you to play mid lane Renekton. I do not recommend you if you're bronze, you wanna pick a champion, play Renekton top lane if you want Renekton. But on mid lane, you're gonna get outranged by a lot of stuff. So I don't think you should play Renekton on mid lane unless the draft allows you. So if you're low elo, I don't recommend him. If you're high elo, only in specific comps and if you're proficient on him. Yeah, this is basically my opinion. Okay, Diana. This champion is very underrated, man. People should play more Diana. She's fucking good, man. No one plays her. Not in the jungle. I don't care about jungle. So she's 49.7% win rate, and she's not even that hard though. She's not even that easy though. So if players are gonna start playing her, actually, I think she's gonna be pretty decent as a champion. She can also be flexed. So in high elo, she is. I'll be honest with you guys. In high elo, she's super trash. If you're Diamond 1 Plus, don't play her. She's straight up trash. Diana is really trash. But in lower elo, if I'm bronze and wanna learn the game, she's A tier. If I'm silver, I say she's S tier. Gold, S tier. Platinum, until Platinum 1, she's probably A tier. And then after Platinum 1, she decreases because people will know how to play, they will not let you go in, they will just know what to pick. They pick Janna, they pick Thresh, they pick, they pick mid lane Syndra, they pick champions that you can't do shit against them. So the lower elo you are, the better she's the champion. It's super important. Korkinovic is pretty bad. I would say that for super high elo, he's B tier. Challenger. For low elo, he's C tier right away. He's really bad. In competitive, he can be A tier, picked in a right composition, but he's really shit on mid lane. He has very good scaling, but in the current meta, I think that he doesn't fit because I can just pick Kassadin, which by the way, Kassadin is the best champ in the game. So I'm gonna put it. If I had a tier list here, if I could have just put another tier, right? I'm just gonna put Kassadin like the first, like S plus. Kassadin is the most broken shit into the game right now. If you're playing mid lane, insta lock Kassadin. Don't even think about first time it. Bronze, silver, gold. Just play Kassadin. You'll love it. Scale and play from there. No, I'm just joking. Kassadin is a really fucking good champion if you wanna win games. He's fun. Is he gonna teach you the game? Probably not. You are gonna learn really anything when you play the game? Well, not really. You're not trading. You're not really interacting with the lane. You're just scaling. You're not learning anything. But if you play, let's say, Any, which is a good champion to learn the game from, and then you put the Kassadin just because you like him and you want to win some more games, and you're learning the game with Any, but you're winning the games with Kassadin, I think this can be a very good champion pool, a very good approach for you to win more games. Thank you. No problem. What's up? Yasuo. Are you challenger? Are you a main Yasuo that has 10 million billion deca millions mastery? He can be A minus. The higher elo you are, the more proficient you are, the better the champion is. It's like Ezreal on the AD carry role. I am repeating myself. Ezreal on AD carry role, you can be bronze on him and he's completely shit. You can be challenger on him and you're gonna be really fucking good and you're gonna have like 80% win rate until Diamond 1 easily. But let's say you're bronze, I wouldn't recommend him as a champion that you can learn the game from. He has a very high mechanical skill set, and I would say that he needs you to be very proficient. If you want a champion that you have fun and you can play, sure, he's a good champion. If you want a champion that you want to learn the game, probably not. So I wouldn't recommend it below gold 2. I wouldn't recommend people to play this champion. But obviously, if you want it and if you just want to have fun and for you it doesn't matter for you to climb, then you can just play this champion. Okay, Zed is actually a pretty interesting champion because he was one of the best champions in the game last patch, but after the nerfs he's actually worse. He actually went to the D tier. I think he's still very good in certain situations. If you are like basically silver or gold and your main Zed, I think that he's okay. He's B plus. He can also go to A minus if you're super good on Zed. If you're not super good on Zed, he's probably really bad. So I wouldn't say it's worth playing him first time or something. Is it worth maining him? Well, I would say maining him, I will just put it right here into B tier. I would say maining him as long as you play main Zed, your main Zed, and you're getting the second champion can be a mage, and you're learning the game from a mage perspective. You're playing, let's say, Orianna or Victor or whatever the fuck you're playing. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be fine, you're gonna learn the game. If you play only Zed, I would say that it's not good to learn the game. So I'm talking here if you wanna learn something and if you wanna improve faster. Here I'm trying to give you solutions that, again, not only they help you climb, but they also help you to improve at this game, because climbing doesn't necessarily always mean improving. Very important. So here we're going to go to the Victor. Victor is one of the best champions that you can actually learn the game with, I think. He is at the moment, he says in B tier. I would say he's actually A minus tier right here. I do recommend people to play Victor. He is it's pretty hard to hit his E, sure, that is right, I agree with it, no problem, but even if it's hard to hit the E, if you get used to it, if you play 35 to 60 games on him and you can put into the effort, he's gonna be fucking rewarding. Compared to a Zed where you need hundreds of games, compared to a Yasuo that you need hundreds of games, Victor, you just need 60 games, you learn the fucking laser, you learn how to use it, you learn how to aim it, and you're gonna be good to go. He does a lot of damage, he's a safe laning phase, he can win every single matchup. I would say that for Silver, it's very good champion to learn the game with. Bronze, same thing. Iron, maybe not, maybe should play any. Then Gold, very good champion. Platinum, extremely good champion. Diamond, extremely good champion. Master tier, extremely good champion. Challenger, pretty good champion. Not extremely good, pretty good champion. So I would say Victor is S tier again, just because he is able to help you to learn the game. Wait, did I put Diana in the S tier? I guess I was thinking about like the low elo proficiency, like if you wanna find a main for low elo, it's a good champion. Here again, I'm talking about low elo, and I'm also talking about high elo. The list doesn't really like, don't look at the image, don't look at the tier list, because this tier list again, it's made, the explanation is more important and not what's on the screen, because here this is all over the place. Some champions I rate them for challenger, some champions I just rate them for silver. Okay, good. So next Z, I put it Zoe and Zillion. Zoe and Zillion, well, Zoe, I think for low elo she's very bad, and I think for high elo she's only good in specific situations. I think she's B tier or C tier depending on what you play. She can also be A minus at times, but usually C tier. Zillion is the most broken champion of the game. He's by far S plus tier. I think that if you're a diamond or challenger or master tier, or like if you're more than diamond 3, he's by far one of the best champions in the game. If you're below diamond 3, I recommend you to play Zillion, but try to have a second champion that can actually win the lane, because the problem with Zillion, if you play him in like plat 4 or like gold or like ranks where people don't really know what they're doing, the problem is that you're gonna just push the lane and you're not really going to do anything. You're not really gonna think about trading and stuff like that. So yes, you're gonna climb because the champion is fucking good, but the problem is that you're not really gonna learn the game as in trading and interacting with the enemy. It's kind of the same like Vel'Koz. It's kind of the same like Aurelian Sol. What are you gonna learn if you play Vel'Koz? You're not gonna learn trading. You're just gonna learn how to push. So be careful with Zillion. He can be very good champion for any elo, as long as if you're silver or gold, you play Zillion and another champion right next to him, and you do not really just keep Zillion as your primary champion. You OTP Zillion. If you OTP Zillion, you're not gonna learn the game fast. Vel'Koz, again, same thing. Again, I would say very like B tier for sure. For low elo, he's really bad because you have skill shots, and low elo players are not very proficient usually on skill shots. And then of course for high elo, he can be B plus depending on how proficient you are. He can also move to A minus here if you're like fucking good, and if you're like the best Vel'Koz in the world. But I would say that he's not specifically a good champion. Ziggs is a very pretty good champion. I think that for lower elos he can be good. I would always prefer Victor, Diana or Brand, but he's definitely fine for low elo because he can push the lane, he can trade a bit, he has wave clear, he's safe. If you're iron or if you're like super low elo and you just start playing mid lane, he can be a good champion. If you're silver to platinum, I would say that he's I think there are better champions. If you're like gold 4 to platinum, I think Victor is for example better, because again on Ziggs you're not trading too much. But if you want to play Ziggs, you can play Ziggs even in that rank. He's gonna help you to win games. He's not a bad champion. Just try to have a second champion that can interact with someone in the lane, because this is what I don't like. I don't like you to play, you know, Ziggs, then you just push the lanes and you win the game, but you don't learn anything. I like you to play Ziggs, so you just push the lane and win the games, but then next game you want to play a champion like Orianna or Victor, a champion that can trade effectively in the laning phase and aggressively in the laning phase. So then you're gonna learn how to interact with your enemy, you're gonna learn the matchups, you're gonna learn what you are supposed to do in the games, and you're not gonna autopilot in the game and wander around, what the fuck do I do, where do I move? So if you play only Ziggs, he's a bad champion. If you play two champions, Ziggs and one more champion that is good in lane, an AP, he is a fine, decent champion. It's already 23 minutes. Holy shit. Holy shit, 23 minutes. And I have so many. Okay, so I need to make some adjustments. So let's not put useless champions. Like Swain. Who plays Swain? Talia. Seraphim. Who plays Kartus mid lane? Heimerdinger, Aurelia, Jace. Those are not good champs. Karma, not good champs. Don't play them. Don't play them. Don't play them. They are not gonna help you to learn the game. All of the champions that I just mentioned there. Okay, so I don't really have to mention too much right now. Katarina is a pretty good champion. Silver, gold. I mean, she is a niche champ. If you play only Katarina, you're dreaming about Katarina, you have posters in your house with Katarina, she can be good. She's like a Kali. Are you main Akali? Do you only play Akali? Yes, she can be a good champion for you. But if you wanna have a champion with 3 heroes, 3 champions, three things that are gonna be complementary and are gonna be trying to, let's say, trying to make a mix of more playstyles, then Katarina is a bad champion. If you can only play Katarina, she can go to A- tier, and she's very good for solo queue until a master tier, easily until master tier, she's really fucking good. If you like to have fun and play more champions, she's really fucking bad. She's definitely bad. Now, theoretically, bronze, silver, gold, I think she is around B and A tier, maybe in the middle of B and A tier. If you're very good on her, you can make her work. You make her work A tier. And if you're main Katarina, then she's A tier. I would just put it in A tier. Well, yeah, I would just put it in A tier because in solo queue she's not a bad champion at all. Cassadin, we talked about it. It's a really fucking good champion. LeBlanc is a good champion, especially for lower elos, especially if you're like, let's say, master tier challenger. Competitive, she's pretty good in the right composition. She can be even S tier in my opinion, in the right composition. If you're playing gold, silver, well, she's probably really bad. I would say she's again still between B tier and A tier, so definitely she's not the best champion in the game. Why? Well, she's hard. People don't know how to pilot her. You can't carry in the late game if you're not extremely competent on her. So I would say she's B tier. The better you are on LeBlanc, the better she is. I would not recommend LeBlanc if you're not Platinum 1 plus. But yes, for higher elos, you can also go to between S and A tier. Chat. Okay. Malzahar and Malphite, we're gonna get them both. So Malphite, obviously, if you're Iron, if you're Bronze, you can play Malphite. I think he's A tier. He's gonna help you if you play full AP Malphite. He's gonna help you to actually learn the game, learn the skill shots, learn how to play League of Legends. If you're more than Silver, I would say he's also fine because you're not really going to have too many things to really think about, and I think you're going to learn a few things. I would say that definitely if you want to play Malphite mid lane, you should have it paired up with a champion that is a mage that you can actually play with Malphite, so you can play Malphite and one more champion. That's okay. Sure, you can play, if you can play 2 champions, he's a good champion. Of course, in Platinum 1 plus, the champion is absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. Don't play it. But for lower elos, he's okay as a champion. Okay, Laksu. Okay, so I also want to talk about Malzahar. Malzahar is a very good champion. He's gonna help you to carry the games. He is currently sitting on around 49.97% win rate, which is actually, if I'm not mistaken, pretty okay still. Last patches it was a little bit higher. Actually it was pretty high last patches. Now it's still balanced, it's still okay, it's still playable. If you want a champion, you know, a main and you're bronze or you're iron and you want to learn the game with Malzahar, he can be good. If you are already gold 2 plus, I wouldn't recommend you to play Malzahar because you just push the lane and you don't really do anything really. You're not really learning too much with him, in my opinion, because you're not really trading in lane. He can be a very good champion if you're learning the game, as long as you're pairing it up with another champion that can do stuff in the laning phase, can play the aggressive in the laning phase. So yes, he can be a good champion, but as long as you have the second champion, an aggressive champion. If you just play Malzahar, I don't think it's very good. Let's say you're playing Malzahar, but you also have the Renekton, Baiba, like Beta. let's say, and you have two champions, one aggressive and one defensive, then that's Malzahar is good. For lower elos, if you want to learn the game, Malzahar is good. So this is my opinion about Malzaharovic. Nico, she's one of the best champions for low elo in my opinion. I think that she's very good. She is not easy to pilot, but once you get 50 to 60 more games on her, she can be good for bronze. She can be good for, well, maybe not for gold, but silver, gold and plat. I think she's very good. I think she's A tier. And then challenger, she's useless. Competitive, she can be good in some specific team compositions, but usually she's like, there are many better champions. So I would say that I would put her between A and B tier, so maybe A minus. But let's say people want to play her because she's actually a fine champion for lower elo, so I think people should play her a little bit more. Orianna, one of the worst mages in the game, yet still one of like very good champion to learn the game from. She's also very fun. So if you want a champion that can be played aggressive and it's also a mage, Orianna is very good. I would put her into the A tier. Of course in Challenger Plus she's probably B tier. Of course in D1 Plus she's probably B tier. Of course in Diamond 2 she's probably B tier. But in Bronze, Silver, I mean, if you're Silver, I wouldn't say Orianna is for you. I would say that Orianna is for you if you're like gold, high gold, and then you're trying to go towards, I don't know, towards higher elo, towards platinum 1. And then, yeah, I would say gold 1 plus, she's very good. If you're gold 1 or higher, she's very good. If you're lower, then I would say that I wouldn't really recommend you to play Orianna because she's complex. You're not gonna lose track of the ball. You're not gonna be able to use your shockwave consistently. There are a lot of reasons why Orianna is not good. Plus, you can just go for Victor and it's just a better champion. But of course, Orianna is also a good option for you. Rise, one of the worst champion in solo queue, by far one of the best champion in competitive if you're super proficient on it. So in challenger he can be fine in something compositions. I would say he can be B plus, maybe A minus sometimes. I think in the right compositions in challenger. Again, lower elos, he's completely useless. Don't play him in solo queue. If you like Rise and you enjoy him and you don't care about climbing, yes, you're gonna lose every game, but it's fun. So it's just really up to you if you just want to have fun. Some people want to have some fun, but he's not really a good champion for solo queue. Syndra, very good champion for competitive, decent champion for solo queue as well. I just want to see what's the win rate on this champion, 48.55. So I would say that Syndra for challenger, she's actually A plus tier, so I would put her right here for like high elo after Diamond 1 because she has a lot of scaling potential. She's one of the best scaler in my opinion in the game right now. On mid lane, she's pretty bad laning phase so far right now. After the changes, she's a lot weaker than she was in the lane, inside of the lane. I would say that if you're bronze, silver, gold, you should never play Syndra. In 99% of the cases when I coach Syndra players, they are bad, they don't know wave management, they are 2 tunnel vision, they have 10 deaths per game, they are coin flip, they don't know how to play the game. But maybe you are the exception, maybe you are the exception that play her better. If you're Platinum 2 plus, I would recommend you Syndra. If you're not, if you're Platinum 2 minus, I wouldn't recommend you Syndra for sure. Platinum 2 plus, she's A tier. Platinum 2 minus, she's B minus tier. Silas. Silas. Yeah, competitive is very good, can be flexed. Well, kind of. Actually, I get, yeah, it can be flexed on 3 roles, I guess. Lower elos, don't play Silas, he's pretty weak. I would say he's B tier in low elo. He doesn't also teach you anything. You can have a lot of like better options. Higher elos, he's pretty good. I would put him A tier or A minus, but yeah, for lower elos I would just put him B tier right here. Okay, Talon is actually a pretty good champion. If you're bronze, silver, gold, like if you're below platinum 3, I think Talon can be very good, especially if you're looking for an AD option. So I would say I would put him A tier. Of course, if you're challenger, he's pretty useless. I would say he's B plus maybe. Diamond 1 plus, kind of like this, like the same, right? He's not a good champion, but again, if you're silver, gold, bronze, iron, I think Talon is very good. He has a simple kit, he can carry, he can roam a lot, you're gonna learn the game. It's also an AD champion, which not many people can actually provide when they're playing mid lane. So I do think that Talon can be a great option to learn the game on if you're low elo. Tristana, one of the best champions into the game right now on AD carry, also very well played on mid lane. I would say that if you're silver or bronze, you can learn, well actually if you're silver, bronze, gold, even iron, as long as you play like 60 to 80 games on Tristana, she's very rewarding. She's pretty easy to learn, very hard to master, but at the same time she's teaching you the game. So I feel like you can play her AD carry, you can play her mid lane, you can play where the fuck you want, no matter if you're challenger or if you're bronze. She's the best champion in the game to like let's say you want to choose a champion that can be good on multiple roles, and it's probably not going to change for a while. She's gonna be in the meta. She's a very good champion on mid lane. She can get prio pretty easy. She doesn't have many bad matchups. She has a good all-in potential, good skirmishes potential, good 2v2, pretty decent at roaming as well, very good scaling. I mean, a lot of advantages. I would put her S tier really. I think S tier is good for Tristana. Definitely after Kassadin. Yeah, for low elo, I think you're gonna learn a lot if you just play Tristana on the mid lane. Okay, Twisted Fate and Veigar. Twisted Fate is one of the worst champion into the game in solo queue. In competitive and challenger, it can work. I mean, in challenger, he's probably B tier. In competitive, he's probably S tier, first pick. For lower elos, he's really useless, like bronze, iron, gold. I know there are many of you that like him really, but I will be honest with you, he's really fucking useless. He doesn't do anything in solo queue because you need to have very proficient wave management, very good mechanic, well, not mechanic, but very good macro in general. You need to know how the game works in order for you to perform on this champion. He's completely useless silver, completely useless gold. He starts to be useful in platinum, but not really. And in diamond, he starts. Some people play okay in diamond, but if you're not diamond 1+, I don't think you should ever play Twisted Fate unless you just want to have fun and you just want to like learn him to just have fun basically. Okay, Veigar is actually a pretty good champion to learn the game on. You're gonna learn spacing a lot on Veigar. Honestly, I think if you just play Veigar, you're gonna play a bit too safe and you're not gonna see too many openings. If you just play specifically one trick pony Veigar, I think you're gonna learn how to play safe, you're gonna learn how to do itemization, you're gonna learn a lot of things. But in my opinion, the best way to play Veigar, which is by the way an A tier pick, I think, like A+, the better you are on Veigar, the better he is. But I think he's okay, maybe even B+, not A+, but I would put it A+ because he's good for low elo. If you want to play Veigar, the disadvantage is that he's gonna be forcing you to play safe every game, kind of. You can play aggressive with him too, sure, but for low elo players that don't really see the openings, you can play Veigar and one more champion that can be played aggressive, so you can basically pair up the aggressivity, the defensivity that Veigar provides to you with the aggressivity of another champion like Victor or someone that can actually that is able to play aggressive. Like you can play Veigar and then you can play Diana as the second champion, or you can play Veigar Victor, or you can play Veigar anything that is more aggressive. Even Veigar or Iana is okay. Maybe not Veigar Syndra. So yeah, I think Veigar is very good champion for lower elo. For Diamond 4+ is also okay in the writing compositions, and as long as you have some games on him. But yeah, for lower elos I recommend you Veigar and one more champion. Don't just tunnel vision on this pick. Vladimir really in high elo is really good for solo queue. I would say he's A+ for solo queue in high elo. The problem is that for lower elos he's probably B-. For lower elos, he's not really good. For lower elos, he's not good, okay? Like, he's just not good. Why? Well, it takes too much to scale. You don't do anything in the lane. You have bad skirmishes. People are gonna flame you that you don't follow on the river. Has 0 wave clear. There are so many reasons why he's a bad champion. But honestly, if you like him, you could play him. I would say he's B tier in lower elo, silver, gold. I wouldn't recommend him. Malzahar is just a better pick. Kassadin is just a better pick if you just want to play this playstyle. I would not recommend Vladimir for lower players than Platinum. Vex, he was one of the best champion into the game. Right now he's still a very good champion. Many people play him. He has a huge pick rate here, 5.7 pick rate. This is actually huge. I think Vex is one of the best champions for silver, gold, even platinum, and probably even low diamond. I would say he's very good. I would put him S tier right here with Tristana and Kassadin. I would say that he's good to learn the game from. He is a mage that can help you to get out of silver, get out of gold. Also, he's gonna help you to learn the game. Vex is amazing. Vex is definitely one of the best champions that you can play on mid lane. He can carry, he can help you to win the game. It's just a really good champion, honestly. Xerath is very out of meta. I think that right now Xerath is better on support. I would put him really bad right here on C. I mean, he's very bad, like even worse. D maybe in low elo, because you also have to hit skill shots, so low elo players are usually not proficient at hitting skill shot, and also in super high elo, I think there are just so many champions that will punish you, so many junglers that will punish you if you play Zera, that he's really, really bad champion at the moment. Echo, kind of in the same boat. Don't really pick Echo. You just play the 1-3-1 with Echo. You just play the split push with Echo, but it doesn't really make too much difference if you play Echo. I think that she's again C tier. I wouldn't say he's a good champion. Maybe B tier actually. He's not that bad. He's not that bad as a champ. Let's see on what win rate he's sitting on right now. He's sitting on 50.7. He's not that bad, but I would say that he's not a champion that is going to help you to win the lane. Not a champion that is going to help you to learn the game. So I think that if you want to play Echo, you can. He's not a bad champion, but you should definitely have a mage in your pool, in my opinion, for maximum proficiency. Fizz is one of the best champions still for lower elos, silver, until Platinum 3. You should always main Fizz if you wanna main an assassin. I'll just put in A tier. Of course, in Challenger he's completely useless. Until Master tier he's okay. I would say until Master tier he's A minus. Maybe one of the worst champion in A. If you're super good on Fizz, he's okay. But yeah, until Platinum 3 you can always play Fizz. Always. He's a very good champion. Very, you're gonna be able to carry as well. He's very easy, very fun. So I don't see any disadvantage of playing Fizz. So Galio, pretty decent champion in competitive. Actually, I would put it probably A tier in competitive. Until I mean, I don't even know what to say honestly from Galio. Like definitely, if you're from Diamond 4, to Master tier, I think that he can be good. More than Master tier, he can still be good. If you're Silver and Gold, I wouldn't recommend you Tanks to play. But honestly, I think Galio is actually a good champion for you because he has a taunt. He can go in. He can push the waves easy. He's gonna help you to push. He's gonna help you to think more about the game and think on positions. He's gonna help you to learn the game, and I think he's also gonna help you to carry the game with his ultimate and with his kit. So definitely, I would say that he can be a good option for carrying. So this is basically the tier list, guys. Please. Feel free to share with me if you have questions, if any of you. So definitely, it's a tier list. Again, the icons, like the champions that I put, the order that I put, the list is not that important. The explanation is more important. I'm repeating. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and hope you guys like this kind of content. See you guys.